What's doing? Welcome back. Let's talk Landcruisers, multi-maps, new version. Let's get into it. So this Landcruiser has a GSL airbox, GSL power pipe, GSL intercooler fans, and we've just added a G333 turbo to a 3-inch exhaust. Now this did already come in tuned, but obviously just on a stock turbo. Well, it wasn't even a stock turbo. It was a turbo we don't like to use. They don't last very long. So he's brought it in, got a G333 put on it, and we're now doing a tune, and we're doing a multi-map, and we're releasing our new version of that multi-map. Let's get into talking about what it does, how it does it, why we're going this way, and the options it can give you. Now power-wise, we've given you 4 different tunes. This is map 1, map 2, map 3, map 4. So we've sort of got stock plus, because obviously they make about 100 kilowatts stock, so over 40 kilowatts in the power 1 mode. Then we've got our eco/towing, then we've got our everyday, and then our power tune. So in the way of things there, you can see, I've tried to tidy it up so you can see it all into one thing, but yeah, we've big noticeable differences between all 4 tunes, and obviously there is your power figures. Now inside the cab is where things change. So we'll start the ignition on and you'll see full sweep of the tacho means we have our multi-map engaged. Now I'm not going to show you how all the functions work on here because we obviously have an immobilizer in this one as well. So if you do purchase this, we can show you how we'll go through it all and do it. This is shift on the fly, so you can change things through, but I'm just not going to show you how to engage the immobilizer. There is a bit of a sequence to it, just so we can keep this customer, car safe. Now on top of that, we have memory mode. So before it would always go back to map 1, which so you just have to select it through. So if that was, whatever mode you had it in, if it was power, if it was eco, if it was tow, if it was whatever it was in, it'll always go back to that and you have to flick it through to where you want to go. Now we have memory. If you put this in power mode in map 4, it'll stay in map 4 forever until you bring it back down to map 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to be in, and so forth, and it'll be there forever and hold that. So that's the first big step we've done to make sure that you hop in the car and you just go and drive in that map. You don't have to keep changing, especially if you're towing, you can leave in tow mode and just keep driving. Or if you want to be an idiot and be in power mode, you can, or you want to be in eco mode because you're cruising around, you can. It will stay there all the time, but at the same time, it will flick through on the fly, no dramas at all. So this one here has a GR steering wheel, so we can flick through our tunes. I'm not pressing the brake pedal at all. You can see my feet are clear, not on the brake pedal. And we can flick through whatever map you want to be in. It'll hold that, set itself and go. We can turn the ignition off, and after wait a couple of seconds, we'll wait a couple of seconds for that to die out, so you can see it gives it time for the ECU to shut down. We can turn the ignition back on and it'll hold that map 4. So with car running, we can press our button and we can see your map 4. So now it holds that map, no matter what you do, you can turn the car off, turn the car on, whatever, and it's continuously hold that map. So if you're gonna leave map 4 and driving in that, that's all fine. If you're gonna leave in obviously 1, 2, or 3 as well. So we still have our 4 maps. We now have memory. The tacho does a full diag mode to make sure everything's happy and does the full sweep to make sure that's all good. And now let's talk the immobilizer. So obviously I'm not gonna show you how I'm doing it, but there is a sequence. But what we can do is we basically get into the immobilizer mode. We can go through the process. It'll go through this holds timer. And once it gets through the timer, it'll say we're in 6 is immobilizer on. We can undo our sequence, and basically now it's in immobilizer mode. So I'll try and start it now. I haven't stopped the videoing, we'll see. So it's still live, and we'll try and start it up, and it won't start. No matter what we do, she won't start. But if we go back through and we do another sequence to turn the immobilizer back off, not on, we turn it off, we'll have the car start straight away. So we're just going through a sequence here. It'll do its thing. It'll go to map 5, which says our immobilizer is off, and we can go straight into start the car and run. Now, that will also hold. So if you put in immobilizer mode, you go into the airport, you fly and fly out, or you want to leave it at home overnight parked, you're in a bad area, whatever it may be, you put in immobilizer mode, it's going to stay there until you turn the car off and go through the sequence and turn it back on. And obviously, once you purchase this, we'll go through and tell you how to make this happen with the sequence. It'll stay there. It will stay there, so you can leave it there for 6 weeks, 6 months, whatever. It'll stay in that mode until you come back and physically go through the sequence, turn it back into immobilizer off, and then the car will start. You can select what map you want and drive it away. So we'll go back through the mapping here. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So this thing obviously has a G333, stock injectors, intercooler fans, power pipe from GSL, and a airbox from GSL. Now, if you were to have complete stock, We can do that. So we can do multi-mapping stock. Obviously the gains aren't going to be as noticeable. If you have a stock turbo, obviously again, we're not going to make the big peak numbers that that's making, but we'll be able to switch between that. But obviously having a stock turbo isn't going to make those numbers, but we can still make you have differences in the tune. Ideally, if you have a farm use exhaust, makes it a lot easier for us to give you those different gains. But obviously 200 series Landcruiser, 79 series Landcruiser, we're going to diverse this into the Hiluxes as well. And then of course, my other wing of things that we do are the 4J world. So once I get this dialed in on all the other models, we'll go back around and we'll come back into the 4Js and we'll keep circling around like we are now at the moment, where we're doing dual tunes in the 4Js. That's progressing to multi-mapping, and it's probably, instead of going to version 1 multi-mapping, it's going to jump straight into this version where it's going to be pretty on the fly and away you go. So if you're into that sort of stuff, stay tuned. We're going to be able to having more multi-mapping for more model cars, and we're not going to stop at just the 12. We're going to flick into the 4J stuff and the 4J1 stuff, so that way we can give you guys options with whatever you want to do. And people like options. So options are to have power, to have economy, to have towing, all that sort of stuff. Especially in these things where you can have a big weight on the back or no weight on the back, to be able to change what fuel economy you're doing, how much power you got, how much torque you got. And to be able to do it on the fly is the biggest thing. So that's our newest thing, multi-mapping on the fly, immobilizer, memory mode. I think that's all the things that we've done. We've been just progressing, testing, making this happen. Massive thank you to this customer who's left it with me for a few days to go through and make it all work and go. We had an idea of how to make it work. It was just sort of making it work and testing it and having the time to test it. So massive thank you to letting us borrow your car and make sure it all works. But you were the one, he was the one that asked for it. He wanted an immobilizer and he wanted to have everything on the fly. But I mean, so you had one to mobilise and everything on the fly. So we can do all that sort of stuff for him. He appreciated us trying and making it work and give us the car. So yeah, that's where we go. So yeah, that's it. Customer's happy. He's going to drive it away. He's super stoked with it. The outcome, it's making more power. Well, it's making, I'm just looking at figures there. In our standard mode, it's pretty much making the same power it came in with tuned elsewhere. We did have to put a clutch in it because the other tune and clutch weren't that great and fried the clutch. So it's now got an MPC clutch in it. 1600 Nm clutch in this thing now, so it should hold everything it needs to throw at it. So yeah, she's good. So that's it. That's our latest version of multi-mapping. Will it change? Maybe. There's not much, there are things in the pipeline we're going to be playing with. There's not much we sort of can't do with it, so hopefully we can tweak some things here and there in next versions and make things a little bit better again. But yeah, that's it. Give us a call, 54914626. Ask me any questions you want, come in. I can try and go through it all with you and show how it all works. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Hit that like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.